Thinking about buying a Jaguar F-Type R or F-Type S? Here's a few upgrades that you need to think about.
Built with soul, not just steel.
So with the Jaguar F-Types, one of the most common issues of failure are going to be your catalytic converter and your oxygen sensors. And that's just based off of how these cars come pre-tuned with all the bangs, pops, and gurgles from the exhaust. The cats tend to plug up fairly easy. That was one of the first things I had to do. I bought a certified pre-owned back in 2020. And very first thing, check engine light came on about 3 months into owning the car for cats. I ended up putting Velocity AP's high flow cats on there to help with eliminating the constant need to replace the cats. Another thing to look out for is coolant leaks. These cars are actually fairly well built and fairly reliable, but in the earlier models, they were built with plastic coolant pipes that are molded into pieces. Well, where the two pieces are, they can split, or where they go down into the block and most of the heat is, they can snap. So check for coolant leaks. They do have an upgrade kit available aftermarket, and even Jaguar actually does have these parts as well if you want to use genuine Jag parts. But look for coolant leaks, smell around. It's going to be usually in the valley under the superchargers. Get a flashlight, get a mirror, get a borescope if you can before you buy one, just to make sure. It is a fairly big job. The supercharger has to come off. Another thing is a supercharger rattle. The coupler inside the supercharger can come apart, which can wear out the supercharger prematurely. It's not super common, but you will hear some, especially when you shut off the engine. The supercharger will, as it's slowing down, will kind of rattle. Mine's just now starting to do that, and we're at about 50,000 miles on our car. The coolant pipe kit that I ordered comes with a new coupler, so we're going to replace that at the same time. Another thing is, if you're modifying these things at all, would be to look for, if you're going to do like the underdrive pulley on the supercharger or the overdrive pulley on the crank and add more boost, these have premature belt tensioner failures. Another thing, Velocity AP came up with a new design to reroute the belt that actually puts more tension on the supercharger pulley so you don't get that slip, because you will notice as the belt starts to stretch, it actually slips, especially if going from like a dead stop to fully accelerating. That first initial torque will just slip that belt before it actually grabs the supercharger. That's one, bad on the supercharger, and two, you know, if you're out there racing your car, you're probably going to lose because you're not boosting right away because that belt's just slipping over. So that's another upgrade we'll get into. Let me grab the box real quick and we'll kind of go through what comes in the kit. So this kit here is from Euroamp. What's nice about this kit is, I can get this box to open up one-handed, here we go. Not only does it come with the new all aluminum Y pipe, this is the one that's the most common for breaking under the supercharger. And like I said, unfortunately the supercharger does have to come off, but comes with an aluminum one there. But in this particular kit, every piece of plastic, so this is the crossover pipe on the back of the cylinder heads. This is normally plastic as well. They now remake it in all aluminum. So basically anything you can do to get rid of those weak points, especially with these cars getting heat soaked, comes with a new filler hose, or sorry, upper hose. The thermostat housing, this is usually plastic as well. This is now all aluminum. Here is the This is up kind of near the front of the motor, but here is the secondary. And I know my camera is going all over the place, so we'll have to switch to the secondary camera there, but try to get this out so you guys can see. Here we go. Here's that secondary pipe that's also notorious for breaking as well. You see, this is all very nicely made. You got nice O-rings on here. This kit comes with the intake gaskets that sit under the supercharger. I'm not gonna open this one up because it's still sealed, but a brand new water pump. And this right here is that coupler within the supercharger. Now, something to note on these couplers, there are different couplers for different years. So you'll need to verify which model year yours has, and they offer a couple different ones. You can call Jag and get that from them, or separately, or you can get it from this one is, I think, what's it called? Oh, I forget what it's called. It's etched right there. But, so that came with this kit. So, because you're gonna have to pull the snout off the supercharger anyways, you're gonna be right in there to do all this. Then it comes with a bunch of miscellaneous other parts. Kind of hard to see in there, but some brass fittings and stuff like that. So basically converting all the plastic that is notorious for these things failing because it gets so heat soaked, because that supercharger has, so it's got coolers within the supercharger housing, and that just kind of heat soaks. So, and this all kind of sits down or around that. So with that Euro amp kit, like I said, you pretty much get everything to convert all the plastic over to aluminum. Now, I'm kind of a do it once kind of person. So what we ended up doing is we went ahead and also ordered up an all aluminum charge cooler. This is basically at the front of the radiator there. This is the charge cooler. So we ordered up a aluminum charge cooler, got rid of the plastic tanks. This one is from, who did we order this one from? I think Paramount Performance, I believe. Yes, Paramount Performance on this one. And then also, and I'll put a picture somewhere up here, but we did order that tensioner from Velocity AP. It's not here yet, it's on back order, unfortunately. We also ordered the upgraded, there's a secondary water pump, it's electric. So we ordered the kind of updated, upgraded electric water pump as well. It's the recirculation pump. That helps cool the supercharger down, especially like when you're idling or shutting down the car. It'll run for a few minutes to help cool everything off. It's kind of like, you know, like on a turbo car, a turbo timer would work. It's kind of like that same aspect. It just circulates the coolant long enough to help cool everything down when you come to a stop or shut down. So, or when these cars have auto start and stop, it'll run that water pump, you know, while the engine's on the auto stop if you don't disable that. I hate that thing. So, so that, like I said, I'll have a picture up there for you guys. What I wanted to do is I wanted to pull the supercharger off once. Well, I would say it's gonna happen twice because eventually we are gonna upgrade to the 2.3 liter supercharger, but I wanted to get the whole cooling system done at once. I'm gonna be draining the coolant. I might as well do the charge cooler, might as well do the electric water pump, might as well do the water pump, thermostat housing, all the pipes, everything. So that's something on these cars that is a huge improvement for the overall longevity. The motors are pretty sound and stout in these things, both the 3 liter and the 5 liter, whether it's Land Rover or Jaguar. These are actually really good motors, but they do have their faults just like anything else. So if you're thinking about buying one, I hope this video kind of helps you guys. You can look into the price of these. I'm not gonna list the prices, but there's other cheaper ones out there. I don't recommend veering too far off on some of the off-brand stuff, but this is kind of just back of your mind expenses. So anyways, for now, this is JP Street and Performance. where dream cars are built, not bought. From the first cut to the final pass, we'll catch you guys on the next project.